Want to make a tasty and healthy lasagna made with veggie noodles? Watch this video to learn my foolproof method. For the best meal planning tips and to be notified when I post a new video every Tuesday, hit the bell to subscribe. Hey meal preppers, it's Allison, Prep Dish founder. I'm here to help you create a happier, healthier mealtime. Paleo lasagna was always a top requested recipe amongst my personal chef clients and is a favorite with my thousands of meal plan subscribers. I'm excited to share 2 recipes with you today. In order to make a lasagna paleo, there are 2 things you must replace: the noodles and the dairy, assuming that your version of paleo excludes dairy. Before showing you the recipes, I want to show you my noodle and dairy replacements. The first swap is the noodles. The key item to replace in lasagna to make it paleo is the noodles. So today I'm going to show you my tips on how to make veggie noodles. Eggplant or zucchini, the method is really the same. So the first tip is to use a mandolin for slicing. Here is how I slice zucchini noodles on a mandolin. And here is how I slice eggplant noodles on a mandolin. Note that you should always use the safety handle when using a mandolin. If you have an especially large item like the eggplant, I will sometimes skip the handle for the very first cut, but always do so with caution. If you don't have a mandolin, the noodles can simply be cut into planks by hand. Here's how I do that for the zucchini and the eggplant. The second tip is to sprinkle with salt and let soak for 20 minutes. This helps draw out the moisture and you'll drain off any excess liquid at the end of the 20 minutes. The third tip is to roast before layering to remove even more moisture and to add flavor. Note that depending on the timing, all 3 of these tips are optional. The soaking and roasting eliminate excess moisture, but I've made lasagna skipping these steps and it still works great. The first time baking, you may have some excess liquid, but it usually soaks up by the time you have leftovers. Using veggies in place of noodles is an easy swap to make a low-carb lasagna that is also a grain-free lasagna and a gluten-free lasagna. Now that you know how to make veggie noodles for lasagna, let's talk about the second swap needed for a paleo lasagna. The second swap is for the dairy. This is optional, but it's worth trying even if you're not dairy-free. Soak 2 cups cashews in 1/2 cup hot water for 20 minutes and then puree until smooth. Add water as needed for a desired consistency. You can stir in chopped basil after pureeing. Or if you want a green lasagna for St. Patty's Day, you can put that basil in before pureeing. Feel free to use this recipe to make your own dairy-free lasagna recipe. Simply swap out the cheese layers of your favorite lasagna with this cashew cheese. Today I'm going to share with you 2 of my favorite paleo lasagna recipes. The first recipe is for my beef, spinach, and eggplant lasagna with cashew cream. You'll start by making the meat sauce. Place 1 pound ground beef in a large sauté pan and break apart. I've linked the meat chopper I use below. Add spinach, Italian seasoning, and allow to cook for 10 to 12 minutes. Stir in 1 jar of marinara sauce. From here, you're going to assemble the lasagna by layering the following in a 9x13 pan. Half of your beef tomato sauce, a layer of eggplant noodles, 3/4 of your cashew cheese that we made earlier, another layer of eggplant noodles, and the remaining half of your beef tomato sauce. I dot mine with the remaining cashew cheese, and you can also top with any remaining chopped fresh basil. Cover with foil and bake for approximately 50 minutes or until bubbly and heated through. A note on meal prep. You can place this straight in the fridge and bake at mealtime. You can freeze individual or whole, pre or post baking. The second recipe is for a turkey, mushroom, and zucchini lasagna. Again, you're going to start by making the meat sauce. Place 1 pound ground turkey in a large sauté pan and break apart. Add sliced mushrooms, Italian seasoning, and allow to cook for 10 to 12 minutes. I like to break apart my mushrooms when I'm breaking apart my meat. Next, you're going to stir in 1 jar of marinara sauce. From here, you're going to assemble the lasagna by layering the following in a 9x13 inch pan. Half of your red sauce, a layer of zucchini noodles, 3/4 of a white mix, the remaining half of the red sauce, a layer of zucchini noodles, and then you're going to dot with the remaining white cheese mix. Cover with foil and cook for approximately 50 minutes or until it's bubbly and heated through. A note on meal prep. You can bake this ahead of time or skip. You can now stick the lasagna in your refrigerator or the freezer. I've learned that I can freeze it individually or whole, pre or post bake. So there are a lot of meal prep options here. Now that you know 2 of my favorite tasty and healthy lasagna recipes, let's talk about one of my favorite topics, meal prep. I love make ahead recipes, and especially make ahead lasagna recipes because there are so many options. Meal prep lasagna can look a lot of different ways. You can meal prep 1 or more of the different components to save time. For example, slice the veggie noodles and make the cashew cheese on your prep day, and assemble the lasagna later in the week. You can make the entire recipe ahead of time to save the actual baking for mealtime. Personally, this is my preferred option. You can also make the recipe all the way through, including the baking, and simply reheat all or a portion at mealtime. If you're looking for a freeze-ahead recipe, lasagna is perfect. You can freeze the entire lasagna, or 1 portion, either pre or post-baking. I love freezer-friendly meals. If you freeze the entire lasagna, remember it takes a while to defrost. I like to remove it from the freezer and place in the fridge for 24 to 48 hours before serving, and really that 48-hour mark is best. Hopefully now you see why lasagna is the ultimate meal prep recipe. And with my swaps, it works great for gluten-free meal prep or paleo meal prep. Now for an important question. Which will you try first? The beef, eggplant, and cashew cheese lasagna, or the turkey and zucchini lasagna? Let me know in the comments below. Did you know I send out done-for-you meal prep meal plans every week? I include recipes like these prep ahead lasagnas. Find a link below to sign up for our newsletter and get our beginner meal plan absolutely free. If this video is helpful, be sure to subscribe, share with a friend, and hit that like button so I know to make more videos like this. See you in the next one.